from Big Draka, so thank you. Darkwin, thanks for the follow. All right. Let's add some more light to this light. No way I can get that centered, right? Nope. Let's see. Oh, that's awfully close. Okay. Lots of light. Oh, we didn't. That's funny. Bleak rough. Wow. We actually can get this order done before we even start fishing. This one too. This just means like we won't even have to worry about. So if we get a 1 kilo eyed, which I think is actually possible. There's a sleeper order that we can still do. Look at all of these orders. Unlike yesterday, today, like, there are so many cafe orders that support the type of fish that you're going to catch doing this float fishing stuff. So if we get one more, we could get that eyed, but either way, let's go ahead and we're going to just go ahead and sell everything. I would like to keep this though. Oh wait, it's probably not that one, is it? It's a larger one, maybe this one. There we go. We should be good. Did you catch all gifts? No. That's what we're hoping to do. We'll see. I don't know if we'll get it or not in the time that I have today, but we need 3, 4, and one of them's a premium. You got 7-day? I got 7-day last year. Happy hour. I got 7-day last year. I only got 3-day this year. Yeah, so I got a second 3. So first year I got 3, last year I got 7, this year I got 3 again. Just as a friendly reminder, premium and gold still on sale, I believe, for a little longer. Tomorrow maybe get the other 2 premium ones. Yeah, I just need one more premium. You bought 30 days yesterday, but don't really know what fishing skill to level with? Wait, what do you mean get RF4? What fishing skill to level with? What level are you? If you're that new of a player, certainly doing this event where you catch all the presents isn't a bad idea, because you are getting some stuff that, like baits and stuff, that you normally wouldn't be able to get till higher level. But yeah, I would encourage you overall during this 30 days just to do what's fun. I do think that if you're looking for like the most efficient way to get a good engine going where you're making reliable silver early in the game, it's probably to start with some good feeder fishing and get, really get acclimated to how feeder fishing works, how to target different fish, how to make ground bait, and really kind of lean into that. But again, only do that if it's fun for you. If that kind of fishing's not fun for you, then obviously the most important thing is that you're having a good time and enjoying your experience. So there's a little bit of everything in terms of different types of fishing here, and just kind of finding the stuff that you enjoy. And then once you've played a lot, you'll probably find that you enjoy all of it to a certain degree. But I certainly, like, for me, I would say as much as I enjoy all the different types of fishing, like, I sort of specialize or spend most of my time overall carp fishing, or feeder fishing at least, but mostly carp fishing. I hear there's some pretty good leveling guides out there that you could get some ideas from as well if you enjoy having YouTube content going while you're playing. Good morning, Seismic. No way. You got the, wait, Simmons Classic Round 3. Wait, is that a real? What is that? Simmons Classic Round 3. You got that on your alt, Lurch Dave? Yo, Addy, welcome back. Gravy. Long time no see, Gravy. Good to see you again. Oh, you're level 31. Oh, goodness. I thought you were saying you were new. Oh, you're just talking about to level up at this point? I don't know. I don't know. You probably get a lot of, I mean, it'd probably be between, for XP, it'd probably be between what, Carp and then like trolling Archie? You're getting a bunch of XP doing that. Oh, it's literally a float. I got the float. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I see what you're saying. A really crappy gift. Do I even have a Simmons float? Oh, okay. They make these, huh? Interesting. Perch. It's got to be a perch, right? If it took off like that, or a chub. Didn't think about a chub. Got floated. That's funny. All right, here we are again. Let's try to catch those presents. I'm thinking about, let's see, which rod would we want to do this on? Maybe this one. It's 24 hook. Thinking about putting worms, double worms on this one. See if we can lean into the Chinese sleepers and rough. And the other two we should have, yeah, larva and red worm. We don't ever catch presents on that third rod either. Anyway, so. And with that 24 hook, we should get a pretty good bite rate. Oh, we missed it. Really? What do you know? Do you remember what hook size and bait you were using? That'd be fun to catch a sleeper trophy. Okay, I'm off to a weird start here. Like yesterday, I felt like for 3 hours we hardly missed any bites, and I'm like missing them like crazy right now. $24 red worm and worm. All right, let's switch this to red worm and worm. And then we're pretty much using what you're saying. A little further out though. Look how far I cast with these particular rods. Surely it wasn't that far, right? We'll just go a little farther. There we go. Big old gibbles. I like when the big old gibbles come in. Definitely earn a little more silver when that size fish are coming in. But I don't want to give up the bite rate by putting bigger hooks on, so. Christmas exclusive alcohol. Nice. So sorry about that, GTET, RF4, Gatet. I should have waited till you answered me on what level you were. I mean, I was like sitting here talking to you like you're a brand new player. $70 to 85%. So even with how far I'm casting on these ultralight rods, you still think I should go 70 to 85%? That'll be way out there. It'll be hard to see the float. All right, I'm gonna keep these pretty close, but I will cast this one a little further next time. Ooh. Is that a ruff? Oh, it's a roach. All right, 70. I almost made 70. Look how far that is. I can still see it pretty good, though. Oh, 50 to 55. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I don't see it. Did it already go under that fast? No, I just can't see it. All right. Here we go. $80. Okay, I'll switch that third one to 80. I've been using 1 meter on everything. A little bream. Hey, there's a sleeper. All right. All right, so we'll back this one down to 80. Yo, Boomer, welcome to the chat. So glad to hear they were helpful. Thanks for the support on YouTube. So, what level are you? A Bream trophy. That's amazing. I didn't see that. I have heard about some sleeper trophies coming in. And someone caught a marker golden tench, right? Did y'all see that on Discord? And then it proceeded to totally mess up their graphics card, or the graphics of the map. Let's see, where's the... Yeah, so this was a new one for me. I don't know if it's in the store or not. I haven't checked, but vodka with pepper. I had never seen that before. We got that one in a gift yesterday, I think. All right, we're on the little perch right now, aren't we? $25 only. Oh, nice. So you started over, huh? Yeah, we've all been there in terms of like, well, I don't know, at least for me, when I first started playing this game, I had no idea it was going to become something that I, actually cared about or spent any significant amount of time playing. So it's like when you're first playing, you're just kind of not taking it too serious, just kind of chilling, discovering new things. And then it sort of hits this point where you're like, oh, I might want to be a little more intentional about the way that I'm doing all this. One of the big things, honestly, if you're trying not to spend real money or gold, is as a new player, if you use your skill reset too soon, that can feel very restrictive once you get to be a little higher level and start realizing like how you actually want to skill your player out. Other than that, like, I don't think there's a whole lot realistically that you would need to start over for, other than just the fun of leveling again. A bridge through winter. Oh, nice. Gotcha. Yeah, so now it's got you hooked. Do I think there'll be a skill reset with the new map? I mean, so obviously I think that's totally going to be dependent on how much the skills are changing. I think we've seen in the past that if there's a big overhaul to the skills, then they will reset whichever skill categories is being impacted. If there's not a major change to the way skills are working or what's available, then I think they're a lot less likely to. So I'd say it has less to do with the map and more to do with how is implementing the new map going to affect skill categories. So if it ever does happen that we get fly fishing, which, you know, signs continue to point to the fact that that's at least a possibility, I would certainly suspect some amount of skill reset, maybe not full, but some amount, depending on where fly fishing fits into everything. I would say that, you know, it's always a give and take. Like, they're probably not going to ever over refund skills. Like, if a category is not impacted by the changes at all, they're probably not going to refund it. Here's our first present of the day, and I think that's our other premium gift bag. Am I right? Isn't that the premium one? And the reason why they won't over refund skills is because that's, you know, one of the probably fairly reliable ways that any player at some point is more likely to spend gold for that. Another big sleeper. You're right. Sleepers are out there. Oh, that was too short, wasn't it? Let me make sure that is the other premium. Yeah, so we've got both premiums now. We opened the first one yesterday and got ruby red. So hopefully we'll, at the end of the stream today, we'll open all the gift bags. Or I guess once, whichever one comes first, the end of the stream or when we finish getting all the gifts. Golden Tench and RF4 Discord. Actually, I think it was in my Discord that I saw that. It wasn't a trophy, it was just a marker, I think. I think that's where I saw it. You think it'll be a whole new skill category? Then I don't know what they would do in that situation. But that's an interesting take. I hadn't thought about a new one. I figured they would. Yeah, that would make sense though. It just depends on how much is going into fly fishing, right? Like, you could make fly fishing to justify it, but if it's its own skill category, then my question is the crafting of flies and stuff like that, will that be a part of the fly fishing category? Or will that be added to making lures? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just, if tying flies is not a part of, if you're right and there's a new skill category, then surely tying flies will be a part of that, because what else are you going to put in there to equal? I mean, I don't know how many. 4, 8, 12, 16, 19 on float, even more on spin, and even more on bottom. So the lowest we have right now is a category with 19 in terms of types of fishing. is fly fishing going to be so complex that they've got, you know, like around 19 categories of skills involved? I think that's hard to imagine for me unless fly making is a part of that category, which they could do. It would just be sort of sad for lure making, right? What an opportunity for lure making to become even more robust and worthwhile. Not that it's not worthwhile, it is, but you know, it's like once you've made all the lures kind of thing. If you have tying flies in lure making, and if flies wear out as quick as they can in real life at times, then you know, you've got a reason why people are constantly in that lure making category, making new stuff. What's up, Moy? How you doing? Oh, saltwater stuff. Yeah, that'll be really interesting. Sorry, my brain was stuck on fly fishing. Yeah, I guess if we're talking about this update, we're more likely talking about what's the fly salt fishing. I mean, that's going to be really interesting. I guess the first question is there anything to that statement that was made? And I think this might have gotten you thinking like, oh, maybe there'll even could be a different currency in the new map, but who knows? But the statement that was made that like, we've got everything you need. Like that it just sounded interesting, right? So figuring that out, I think would probably guide the answer to the rest. But those conventional reels, they were added to the spin fishing category, right? But that doesn't mean that they're permanently going to be there. They could have been placed there just because you needed to be able to put points in them in case you wanted to go ahead and be using them even before the fly fishing, the saltwater map came out. So they could totally be taken out of where they are and added to the saltwater category if you're right. Again, just be really interesting. Now with saltwater, yeah, I mean, there's enough there that if they wanted to, they could totally make its own category. It's not as hard for me to imagine that. Yo, Paul Monk, thanks for the follow. Darkwind, thanks for the follow if I didn't mention it before. Those are really interesting thoughts, Null. I like it. I mean, who knows where they're going with it, but...
Challenge.
Wow.
Challenge accepted.
Usinji gives out 5 community subs. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. There are some fishing related emotes that you guys now have access to. So let's see. That went to Pure Pariah, Natsui, Neon, Dohan, and Gravy.
Challenge. Challenge accepted.
Thank you again, Usinji. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the new player guides. I'm level 39 with over 1,000 hours. And the only reason why I didn't stop at level 7 was because of your guides and info. Thanks so much. Wow. Thank you. Thanks for the support on YouTube, watching all those videos. And obviously, thank you for your support today. Really appreciate it. I'm glad that it was helpful, though. And
challenge.
Glad you were able to stick with it.
Challenge accepted.
We've got 2 fish on. Oh, maybe not. Ooh, that one slipped off. Oh,
challenge.
This is a decent fish.
Challenge accepted.
Well, it's kind of nice we got that premium gift out of the way, you know? Hot take.
Challenge. Challenge accepted.
Hot take says, The defining moment of my RF4 career was breaking my rod, then my reel, then line on first cast with spin gear. That being said, your guides are very helpful. Thanks, Hot Take. Mantizoo, welcome back. Zigga, Merry Christmas to you and yours. It's good to see you again, Zigga. Long time no see. Not bad. They could be better, right? Could always be better. We do the long form guides around here, keeping you entertained, or at least attempting to, for hours on end. No spicy editing or quick and to the point tips and guides. Yeah, let's get that a little further. I'm guessing those Chinese sleeper trophies are going to come in the first thing in the morning, if they're going to come in, probably. Sorry, Hot Take says, I think it'll just be a fishing with fly rod skill. Reel skill, dry fly rig skill, and fly crafting will just be lure making. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see where they go. I mean, you sort of wonder, like, okay, my assumption is, and granted, this is an assumption. I don't know that it's necessarily, like, confirmable, but the assumption that I make is that they've been working on fly fishing at least off and on for years at this point, based on when Gene, a former RF4 admin, you know, first sort of hinted at it. You know, we started to first hear rumblings of it. I think that was back around the time Belaya came out. So, what have we been doing with those years? One possibility is just their standard of what seemed like would be like both a combination of fun and also complex enough to represent fly fishing. Just took a long time to settle on. Hey, it's a bleak. I think that's the first bleak I've caught in this spot. But we've got all of our lines so deep. I guess if we had shallower, we might see them a little more often if we weren't so deep. So that's one possibility, right? Is just kind of coming back to the drawing board, figuring out how can we make this more fun, more complex, or like, you know, somewhat representative of just how intricate fly fishing can be in real life. But another possibility is that they got into it and realized, like, there's just so much we can do here. Let's keep going. Let's keep, you know, iterating. And has just added more and more. And so, you know, it could come out and already be a fairly, like, well-formed new type of fishing for the game that already has a ton going on. But who knows? We'll see. Well, we might see if it ever actually comes out. I think it'll be really cool, though, to see how different saltwater fishing is than something like the Archie map. Because you certainly could just... It could just be the Archie map, you know, with a little bit maybe bigger fish at times and larger lures and deeper waters. So, you know, potentially there being some value to having more line out when you're trolling, or I mean, who knows, like, but the differences might not be that significant. I mean, it's still spin fishing, right? We'll see, though. Oh yeah, I wanted to look and see how many skills do we have dedicated to conventional reels already. So we've got 1, 2, and that's it, right? So, you know, if saltwater becomes its own category, these probably get pulled and included in the saltwater category. I mean, wouldn't you think? I believe all of these conventional reels, or most of them at least, are more in line with at least what I'm expecting from the new saltwater map. Fly fishing is a myth. I just got a fly rod in real life. Excited for spring to go. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Hot take. There might even be. Oh wait, what happened here? Might even be new lure retrieval methods with saltwater. Oh, interesting. No, there's a lot of suspended jigging. Yeah, no, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. I just really hope that. I mean, doesn't it sound reasonable that you would be able to do some sort of bottom fishing on a saltwater map from your boat? I mean, doesn't it almost feel like it would be weird if that wasn't there? I mean, if you think about real life saltwater fishing, if you don't include using live bait, sort of like, bottom fishing or feeder fishing, not really feeder as much as bottom fishing, to me, that would seem like, okay, you're leaving out a huge category of what saltwater fishing is typically about, right? So, I mean, that would be my prediction, is there's going to be some change, and now it might not affect the other maps, but at least on the saltwater map, I think we'll be able to put in, live bait and fish with it, either at the bottom or, somewhere like that. So yeah, I mean that's a good point Mantazoo makes. If that picture of the crab, if we're actually targeting crabs, I mean there's no type of fishing that's currently in the game that you would really target crabs with, right? So unless that's just like, that I know of at least, I could be wrong, but unless that's just sort of like an off catch or a teaser or something, I guess you could kind of make the same. How often do people catch mussels on hooks, feeder rods in real life? Does anybody know the answer to that? Is that a real thing? I'm trying to think if there's precedents for like unrealistic targeting of species. So, I mean, that right there, if you really are targeting crabs, I would just think that that involves a pretty significant shift in the type of fishing we're doing. Let me see what's going on with my Steam here. Oh. You can start fly fishing for about $100, but it can get very, very expensive in real life. Yeah, for sure. So a couple years ago now, my wife and I've told this story before, but my wife and I went to a place called Blue Ridge, Georgia, and we actually just went out with a guy who's kind of like a guide. You know, he provided all the equipment and everything. So we just basically like rented the ability to go out for a few hours and just experience. And we just, you know, caught brown trout, rainbow trout, that kind of stuff. And it was so fun. So there are ways, like, I know that's not the same as getting your own equipment and going and figuring stuff out yourself, but just to have that experience was just a blast. It was just like really cool. But it didn't make me like want to go out and buy stuff myself. You know, it was kind of like a self-contained experience. Like, oh, that was really cool. But not something I necessarily felt like I had to pursue in like ongoing basis. Promotion. We don't need any promotion. Hold on. I guess I tell you what. Let me just say, no thanks. I don't need any promotion. Thanks for the offer. We'll just leave it at that and hope for the best. The picture of the crab said it was bycatch. Yeah, you might be right. That's a good call, Null Signal. That's a good call. It did actually mention bycatch, didn't it? So we're probably not doing any crabbing. But don't you hope that if you do get that bycatch, you can turn it into crab meat? Surely this will be the way that we can finally get crab meat a little more reliably, right? Without spending gold on it. Miss Old 98, welcome to the stream. Glad you're able to catch us live. That's a bot. I don't think they're listening. Well, I don't know. You know, I think the bots might be listening more than we realize. Crab crackers on 30k silver. Yeah. Oh, wait. Where's my... Come back here, perch. Or chub. Oh, there goes another one. Oh, that was a roach. Wow. Okay. Aggressive roach. Sorry, I'm still stuck on the bots listening. Once it gets to be overnight, I'm going to have to go take a quick bio break. Stretch my back and take a quick bio break. Yeah, we should pull up all those hints again. See if we can deduce anything new from our looking at the pictures one more time, right? RF4 forum. Let's go to news. All right, let's see. Probably ought to just... Again, we should probably do this overnight when the fishing slows down. All right. Let's see. I can't remember. Was it a sleeper order? There was like one order left that we thought we might be able to finish. Yeah, there we go. All right. So there's nothing else we're going to actually get from the orders right now. Let's sell that old sleeper so we don't lose value on it. Cool. Merry Christmas to you, Red. How are you doing? How many gifts? We've gotten most of them now. I think we're just 3 or 4 short. I think we're... So we need 2 greens, the 1 green striped, and that's it. So we're 3 short. Yeah, you as well, Colt. Thank you for saying that. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I guess we're now in the... headed towards Happy New Year's as well. Oh, come on.
Oh.
And my wife just informed me that I need to say Happy Boxing Day to some of you. Boxing, is that where they return gifts? Is that like, or not? Does it have to do something else?
Just look it up.
Okay.
I get one of them to explain it.
Was there a famous fight?
I need to text Leslie.
You don't have time to answer me because you gotta
Yeah.
text somebody.
Because I got to tell her. If I don't tell her, I'll forget.
Does she celebrate Boxing Day?
Yeah.
Why does she celebrate it?
She's Canadian.
Oh, she's Canadian. I forgot. It's a holiday celebrated after Christmas. It originated as a holiday to give gifts to the poor. Today, Boxing Day is primarily known as a shopping holiday. It originated in the UK, celebrated a number of countries that previously formed part of the British Empire. The attached bank holiday or public holiday may take place on December 28th if necessary to ensure it falls on a weekday. It's concurrent with the Christian festival St. Stephen's Day. In several parts of Europe, it's St. Stephen's Day, which is considered the second day of Christmas. Cool. There we go. Happy Boxing Day. You don't have the green on lines bag? Yeah. Did I not say that one? I'll look at it again in a second here. The final nail in the bank account. Shopping the day after Christmas. That's right, hot take. It's always a sale after Christmas. Yeah. And also, I think, don't some people just like count on certain gifts they're going to want to return or that don't fit or whatever, right? Okay. So we need 2 green bags, 1 green striped, like you said, and that's it. So it's just 3. Yeah. Early Christmas shopping. I'm at 1 meter on the first and second line, and then 80 centimeters on the third line. Really good bite rate, small hooks. I think this is the way to do it, in my opinion. I'm using maggots and redworms on both the first and second line, and then redworm and worm on the third line. You use 30 centimeters. So if you do 30, I think maybe you're more likely to occasionally catch a bleak. Do you see many bleak? All you need is the 2 premium ones. I'm so glad we caught that premium because, you know, I mean, I want to get them all, but if one bag is being stubborn, as long as it's not a premium bag, it's kind of not that big a deal, you know? Only 1 bleak. Oh, okay. We could go like fly maggot on one or something. Put it at a higher depth, maybe catch an occasional bleak. It's a little bream, isn't it? Barely a marker bream, I think. Yeah. You catch mostly Chinese sleepers? Okay. Obviously, as long as you're getting a good bite rate, it probably doesn't really matter, right? $97 fish, 2 hours. That'll work. What are we at? 71 in 47 minutes. Yeah, no, we've been... This is sort of what we landed at. I mean, yesterday when I first started, we were doing like some variety of baits and just sort of realized that it seemed like we could get the best bite rate with this stuff. I think we just got a point in float fishing. Still not 100% in float fishing somehow. 95.8. Wow, it's another bream. You're going to try 80 to 100. There's a rough. All right. One of our greens. So one more green, one more striped green. I've still not ever caught a present on my third line. Always been one or two. Yes, I opened all of the presents we caught yesterday at the end of the stream. And as soon as we either finish catching the presents today or right before I finish this stream, we'll open the remaining presents that we have. So we'll have one premium gift bag to open. It's the bottom one as well. I always just have this good feeling that I'm gonna get one of the rare gifts, and then it's always just some kind of like champagne or wine or something. So I've still not ever seen any of the rare reels. I guess most people haven't, but I always hope. Got hope. So somebody had a blue tag brown trout in our Discord on Tunguska. That's pretty cool. You haven't played in 6 months. Wow. Yeah, I took a long break as well. That's a decent bream. I think it just depends on if you feel like fishing gravy. I mean, it actually is. It's a lot of float fishing to try to catch all those presents, right? But the taxidermy one and the premium one, at the very least, are, legitimately valuable. Not that the other stuff, I mean, some of the other stuff has some value too, just kind of depending what level you are and all that, but I rarely use my Christmas gifts. I just like collecting them. Yeah, I haven't either. But it's worth a ton of silver if you use it on the right fish. If you ever do want to use it. Somebody in chat's asking, is the Tama silver for carps? I think you could use that for carp, yeah? I mean, it's not near as strong as the Overlord, but it's still pretty solid, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's more than enough. 23.6 max drag. Decent spool size. It's a great carp reel. I actually think that'd be a really good carp reel. The Overlord is just more flexible if you want to go for like wild carp and big heads, maybe even sturgeon. But just for a straight carp reel, I think that silver would be great. The Overlord's amazing. I should probably get one of them eventually and just try it out. I hear such good things about them. That's a nice rough. Oh, we got another point in float fishing there. We're almost 96% now. All right, so it's technically overnight. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, stretch for a minute, and I'll be right back.
Challenge accepted.
Yo, Steve, 6-month subs. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you for the support. All right, let's take a look at this. Yeah, thank you, Steve. I really appreciate that. Is that how long the shop was up last time? I did not realize it was that long. That's great. All right, isn't there a way? I guess we just... All right, so here was the first one, right? Bizarre bycatch, saltwater lures, and then anyone up for fresh cod. And then yesterday they announced the sale. So the sale goes till January 3rd. So still have over a week on the sale. 25% gold and then up to 40% off premium. I assume on how long you buy premium for. Okay, so the first one was Bizarre Bycatch. Was there even a message with this one? Just the title, Bizarre Bycatch. Is there anything we can tell from this? Is there any way that the boat that we see in the future picture, that this is the front of that same boat? Like, I don't think so. That boat looks a lot bigger, right, than the back of this one. Like, that's not the same boat, correct? Y'all agree with that? That's what I'm thinking. So we've got a bycatch. Different boat? Yeah, I agree, Null. So we've got a bycatch. So occasionally you get a crab with your catch, and let's just hope you can then turn that to crab meat. I think that's a reasonable expectation or hope. Anything else we can tell from this picture that's interesting, though? Why didn't it load? Oh, well. The rumor is that it's like, what, Norwegian Sea? Isn't that the rumor on the street? Big dock. Big boat. All right, saltwater lures. Looks like a really heavy-duty line. Krieger fish. Is this a new brand? I don't know. I've not done any like spin fishing or trolling or anything in saltwater, so I don't really know. Like, those lures don't necessarily speak to me. terms of personal experiences, but I assume they're big. I assume those are really large hooks, especially on these two Krieger fish ones. The crab looks copied from Adam fishing. I don't remember the Adam fishing picture that you're referring to. Looks like a trawler. Yeah, totally. I agree with that, Steve. You got a trophy brown trout? Grats, hot take. At first I heard it was the Bering Sea, but the guy yesterday said the map translated Norway. Yeah, I don't know. Bering Sea is what would have made sense. Oh, that would be so cool, Defiance. Yeah, the way it was worded. All right. Saltwater season is approaching. A season, by the way. Can we read into this? Saltwater season? You know, it's so hard with like how much of this was translated, right? At the new base, so that just means the new map, active preparations are underway to receive guests. It's like you don't need to take anything with you. I mean, it's like you're buying a experience, right? The gear's already there. Just all you have to do is buy your ticket, go have this experience. But again, I don't know. It just may be worded that way to just create a sense of excitement. I don't know. We have everything you may need for sea fishing. So weird. Like the way that's worded is so weird to me. It looks kind of Norwegian to me. Hey, Napoleon. Pay 300 silver per hour and they provide the gear like a charter. I'm probably way off. I think that would be really cool. So one of my comments yesterday was like, what would keep you from like, if you're just renting the gear, what would keep you from abusing the gear? However, if the gear is locked, as in you can't switch out the lines or the leaders or whatever, like a real charter would be, then that's not as much an issue because you can't break something if it's set up correctly. You know what I mean? I mean, you can snap off a lure, snap off a leader, but if I have to pay 300 for a charter, there better be an NPC captain that I can talk to and ask questions. That would be amazing. Y'all, we're probably so off on all this, by the way. And then here was the last one. Anyone up for fresh cod fillet? So we know one of the fish species. Huge lure hanging out of its mouth. This equipment here, if this is actually what the equipment's going to look like, doesn't really stand out. I mean, obviously it's a bait caster, potentially a big conventional reel. I can't see any rod holders, though there's got to be rod holders, right? Looks like a much larger boat with a little bit more room to move around than what we've used before. I don't really know. What are these bright light things? Have y'all noticed that? So in the first picture, you can see them back here. Are those just like, I mean, they're not flowers, right? Are they lights? And then you can sort of see them up here in this picture. Not that it's important, but I'm just really curious. What is that representing? This picture makes me think it's flowers. And I guess this one it could be as well. It's a little harder to tell on that one. They look like the string lights on Cory. I don't know. I mean, look at them over on the shore. Isn't that the same thing? I think they're just flowers. Anyway. Should be fun, right? Those lures look like vertical jigs. Oh, interesting. Yeah, see, I just don't... I have so little working knowledge about saltwater lure fishing. When I think of saltwater fishing, I either think of going out on a boat, you know, with a group and basically like a charter and catching small shark or, you know, whatever else we're catching on live bait. Or I think of standing on the shore and throwing out, you know, shrimp or crab or, you know, little crabs or shrimp or something. Again, on live bait, sort of like that shore fishing. That's about all the experience I've had. All right. See if we can get those last presents. Ooh, mirror carp. So we had that one common yesterday. Now we got a mirror. That's a weekly record UL mirror. All right, setting records. Yeah, we've got mirrors. We even have golden tench here now. Mosquitoes come a long way. Wow. Thanks for the ruby there, Arena Bots. I appreciate it. Man, that is not a cheap gift. Yeah, I've had that happen once. Was it fish, or is it possible that it was the iron? I assume it was fish, though. I don't know how light of line. Like, I think I can pull in those irons on all of my lines with this way I have it set up. But I definitely had a common or something yesterday pull straight away from me. Even catfish, yeah. That's funny. Float only alt. Well, if you're gonna do a float only alt, starting it during the event here is a good time to do that. Or if you're a new player, this is a good time to start. You get a little bit of structure, good catch rate to your float fishing, and some presence to boot. So it's a nice way to go if you're a new player. I think if I was new, though, I would, at the most, I would use 2 floats. I would still feeder fish with my third line, just to continue to work on at least skilling up feeder fishing while I was doing all this a little bit. I have only caught presence on my left and middle rod. May just be RNG, but I've never seen one come in on the third rod, for me at least. Oh, iron. Okay, so it was iron. I gotcha. Yeah. And you might be able to have, like, when I first started, I had like 1 point something kilo fluorocarbon line. Maybe you could do like around 2. And that might give you even a little bit better bite rate. I don't know. But I tend to think that the fish here in Mosquito don't care too much. So I'm using a little bit bigger line on all of them now. Just so that I can, like these bream, they would be pretty annoying. 1.7 bream on too small of a line. Oh yes, we should be digging. It's too bad that wasn't a 1 kilo eyed. I don't know if that order is still active, but it was. Might as well dig. Ooh, chafer. This time of morning, some decent fish come out, even with these tiny hooks. level up that skill as well. Absolutely. Yeah, if you're a new player and you've got a shovel, it's a great time to be digging while you're fishing. If you are new, your bite rate's probably not going to be quite this good. I mean, we're using sandwich baits. We do have some skill points. And I think I'm using gear that does have some bonuses on it. But, I mean, you're still going to be able to do pretty well. Sound disappeared for you. I think we're still good on my end. We've got fish running away everywhere. Okay. Trophy Chinese sleeper? I don't remember off the top of my head. There's something to it for sure. All 3 rods are set up the same way, and all your gifts are on your far left rod. 400 bug, thank you. Yeah, there's something, I mean, it's not locked to your far left. I do know that for sure. But whatever rod is catching presents, it seems like that rod will be the only one to catch presents for a while. Yesterday during the stream, we kind of went back and forth between the leftmost and the middle rod, and one of them would go on a streak, and like several presents in a row would just come in on that rod. It's very strange. I can't figure out how what the answer is, but something is happening. Cereal, long time no see. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you and yours. I was hoping if today, starting a little early, I might see some folks that I didn't get to see yesterday. Null says it's just random. This is what random looks like. Perhaps. Perhaps. Yo, what's up, Alex? Welcome back. Just arrived from work. Nice. It's been good, Alex. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing really well. Have a lot of cool things going on. Just haven't had the time or made the time for as much RF4 lately as I have in the past, but hoping to figure out how to do a little bit more here and there, especially with a new map coming out relatively soon, it seems like. Oh, see you, Dave. Oh, there's a sleeper for you. There's a trophy for you. Yeah, be safe out there. Don't clear the driveway too fast. Be mindful of heart attack. I'll see you later, Dave. Skills bump up. Oh, did it? I didn't even notice. On a tractor. Good. So glad to hear it. That seems a little safer. That seems a little safer. So floats at 96.2. Yeah, we've had a couple skill ups, haven't we? Nothing like a trophy to get you going a little bit. Keep you motivated. I don't think we had a single trophy in 3 hours yesterday, right? I did see what you said there. Null, no programmer in their right mind would spend any amount of time writing code to tell fish to only bite one rod. Well, remember, the fish are biting all 3 rods. The question is, which ones get the present to occasionally show up? But I think you or someone else did say yesterday they had caught a present on their third rod. I just can't say that I ever have. I'm not 100% sure that I haven't, because I don't know how much I was paying attention to that the first year. But I think last year I had the very similar experience as we've had this year. Yes, I agree. That does seem like what, I mean, I don't know anything about programming, but it sounds reasonable about what you're saying, though. Okay. Serial said last year, present on every rod. So there you go. My third rod has just been really randomly unlucky for multiple years. I don't know what it is. This year you got a present on your second rod? A bit like your lottery numbers. Love it. Yeah, I've had several on the second and several on the first. And we even changed the first and second, and the present seemed to follow, at that time at least, the rod that moved. So even though it was in a new spot, it continued to catch presents. But again, that could all just be RNG. I accept that possibility. Yep, same with me. I think I just need 2 more as well. And thankfully, neither of them are premium, so there's really not a lot of pressure. Yeah, I mean, maybe if that's true, then there should be someone out there who's having the opposite experience, right? They can't seem to catch fish on anything but their third rod. All that being said, if I was a new player and just like still fairly low level, leveling skills up from, low percentages and working on this event, I would still do 2 float and 1 feeder. Trying to run 3 floats as a new player is a little bit weird anyway, so I still think it would be worth it to have a feeder in. That's funny. 69-gram fish as your 69th fish.
Challenge. Challenge accepted.
Haven't played RF4 for like 4 months.
Yo, Alex, thanks for the sub. 2 months. Welcome back. All right. Can somebody just confirm something for me on this trailer? I think I asked this yesterday, and if somebody answered, I didn't hear the response. Because what's confusing about this trailer for me is that obviously there's some stuff in here that's not currently in the game, right? Like the camouflage sleeves and stuff. But it also has that, so this is the newest Steam trailer, right? It also has the carp fishing with the seat right here. All right, so you see this, the chair, the bait bucket, and the cooler. This actually looks kind of like what they've put in, what he's put in on Fisher Online. You can actually basically do this there now. Set your equipment down, sit down while you're watching your carp fishing or whatever. That's not in the game currently, correct? Because the only reason why I'm even thinking this is I remember there is, and I always heard that it was like in honor of Mr. Crossy, but there is one peg that has a chair on it, right? There's one peg that if you look, you can see a chair sitting there, but it's not this. It doesn't look like this, I don't think. Serial says it's only for presentation. I think it's only for presentation. So you're saying you don't even think this is coming into the game. You think they just created some things in the trailer that aren't legit. So here's the camo. See the camo sleeve? Just some weird stuff in here that, you know, I wonder if it points to something, or like you're saying, did they just have some, you know, some footage that they used, that some assets that it's my chair from home. That's funny. Thank you for the sub, Alex. Really appreciate the support. Y'all are too kind. Yes. That's what I was thinking, Null. Especially putting it in the, like, featured trailer that anytime somebody searches for the game on Steam, that's the first trailer that comes up, I'm pretty sure. You would think once you create those assets, I mean, I guess I could imagine a scenario where you create assets and then the team ends up taking a really, like, a different direction, but I don't know. I guess I don't. I probably always said rise, right? Or are you asking me to try to pronounce the second part? Riza. Yeah. Welcome back, Riza. It's good to see you again. I definitely remember you, but I don't think I would have been able to come up with that on my own. Riza. Riza. Oh. Riza. I still would say that Riza. Riza? Rize? Oh, Rize. Rize? Oh. Rize. Again, would not have come up with that on my own. Thanks for the reminder, Rize. Oh, could this be? Yes. All right, I think we just need one, right? 3 of 3 on those. Only one we're missing is a striped green. Striped green. I wish we had gotten the striped green next, because that, you know, that one could have something at least a little interesting in it. Just pronounce it like you normally do. We'll see, Rize. We'll see. Imagine hooking into a catfish right here. Better be really small. Well, daggum. Let's see. Mosquito, catfish. Yeah. We wouldn't be able to get those in. But if those are the biggest ones that have ever come out, then we're more likely to get a really small one. But that's never happened to me. I've never caught a catfish on float in this spot. Stugard, thanks for the follow. $2 you got 7 out of 15. So we did 3 hours yesterday and got all but all but 4. So we needed 4 left when we started today. And that's including the premiums. Oh, it would be so epic if the last gift came out on the 3rd line. It's not going to happen, though. RF4 heard that you said they stole your chair. Now they don't want to give your last 2 presents. Yeah, I guess there's consequences. My son's getting to play Crokinole with one of his buddies. That's so cool. Hey, he's got a Crokinole board.
Okay.
Yeah. All you got today was a box of cheese. How many do you still need, Noel? You need 6 more? I do like all of the things that we got out of the basic bags. If you're a new player, those are pretty clutch because a lot of those baits like you can't get for a while. So it's fun to be able to try out some new baits. I think it's really cool they have night crawlers and all that kind of stuff in those basic bags. I haven't heard anyone say that they got a Blue Vinga in chat yesterday or today. Yesterday, somebody was saying that they knew of someone that had gotten one and that they were able to confirm it visually. I don't know if it was a stream situation or going to their house situation, but apparently one was confirmed yesterday. And the Imperial, I think it's also blue, right? The Special Imperial. There's a few VK posts on it. Yeah. You've seen quite a few people get the Imperial. Man, I would be stoked. Either one would be incredible. Oh, really? Wait, you mean like, when you say mods, you mean like the admins? Like, Elwoodieth or something? I mean, I think they should just... Oh, my net is full. Thank you. It is hard to have 150 fish only be worth 100 silver, right? 109. That's not an easy thing to do. The one that their name says moderator? I mean, this might not be a popular take, but I think if you are like actively working for RF4, that should probably just be a gift this time of year. Yeah, it may not be true. Hubble, today I will stop. Now, if I'm hoping, perhaps I'll be able to stream again tomorrow, and if so, we'll actually do some carp fishing or do something a little different. But today I am going to lunch, and we've got some stuff going on this afternoon, so either after last present, or just when I give up on it, we'll open the presents, and then that'll be it for today. But I'm going to try to stream again tomorrow, according to how it goes. But yeah, it'd be fun to do something a little different than present fishing at this point. Hope you're doing well, Hubble. Nice, cereal. Just need one more. Oh, that's the worst. I think that happened to me last year and the year before. One of the premium bags was the last one I needed to get. And it's the last one on the list. Yeah, that's what I caught today. Now, I don't know if there's a difference in the two premium bags. Like, is there one of them that has the tiny chance of giving you a reel, or could it be in either one? I have no idea. You've got 9 and no premium. Your first two presents were premium? Wow. That's cool. I remember the first year this came out, you know, you get so superstitious about things. I worried that having gifts in my inventory might make it less likely that I would catch others, so I was definitely opening them as I caught them that first year. Oh, that's another big sleeper, isn't it? 2 sleeper trophies in one day. Big boy. Both of those were on, let's see, this one's 22 maggot redworm, and this one's 20 maggot redworm. But then other people have been catching the occasional trophies off of 24 hook, which is what I have on my third line. Ah. Nope, I haven't opened presents today yet, Blood. We're gonna try to catch this last one in the next little while. If we don't, then we'll just open what we've caught. Oops, wrong one, I think. Yep. Yep, you can. Wait, what are we talking about, Serial? I've lost the train of thought. Oh, sorry. I get it now. Can you catch presents overnight? I don't know why I didn't see Golden's question. Yes. Yeah. You may be less likely, only because the bite rate could slow down overnight, but you still can catch fish, so technically you can still get the presents. What is that sleeper trophy worth? Like 8, 9 silver? Oh, 13. Nice. White bream. Couldn't see the float because that pole was in the way. Wait. Wow. That was insta-bite. Did y'all see that? So maybe the fish was on there when I picked it up and it was so light that I couldn't feel it. That's probably more likely than an insta-bite like that. Yeah, so not in Mosquito. Chat only works if you're away from Mosquito. I assume they have it blocked because of just how many people are fishing here. That'd be a hard tattoo to explain. IRL. Ooh. UL Rough. 133. Nice. You got to get that tattoo on your foot. The bear's noose looks like a toe anyway. I think I'll pass on that one. Pure Pariah, good to see you. As far as I know, you can fish ultralight anywhere. Are you running into a problem with that? Not everywhere because you can't fish on land. True. True. Yeah, so for it to be an ultralight fish is not dependent on the size of the fish. It's dependent on the gear that you're using. So like this is an ultralight power rated gear. So I'll get ultralight credit for fish I catch on this setup. I think that was points in float fishing again. Test is usually 1 to 5 grams. Yeah, I mean the rod. The rod will always have UL in it. Like this is ultralight. Then you can test it by looking at the power. Casting UL in the title. Ultralight power. An ultralight Vinga. So let's see, if it's an ultralight spinning setup, the reel will be a 1000 reel, and that's the only type of reel that it will hold. But on a casting setup, the reel is low profile, and low profile or 1000 is the only types of reels that the casting rod can hold. So does that mean there are 1000 bait casting reels, not just low profile for bait casting? Based on what the rod says, I assume so, but I think I've only ever used low profile for casting ultralight. Let's check that. All right, so we want reels, classic bait casting. Is there anything that's 1000? Minister is 2000. So currently, it looks like there's nothing that is 1000 in the game. By the way, I think this Minister is one of the best value pound for pound reel in the game. 2000 silver for if it's a 2000. It just doesn't have much competition. In the regular store, to get something even close to that is a lot more expensive. I also like the Tima Sal bait casting reel a lot. And I hear great things about the Overlord. I've also heard good things about the Silver. I'm not sure about that hot take. But it creates, I mean, I think it's just a really fun, like a char setup to use the Minister and go for char, something like that. It's just a really fun setup. Now, obviously, you're not getting ultralight. This is a light, not ultralight, but it's still a blast to use. And you do get a little bit of an XP bonus with light, just not as much as ultralight. You're also not eligible for the ultralight category for weeklies and stuff, obviously, but just in terms of a fun setup, I really like that one. You were just going by the reels. Yeah, it's got to be the rod too. Only issue with is line capacity. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, look at its price tag. It's not if you buy the expensive Minister that I don't even think they have in stock here at Mosquito. I mean, that is a better reel, but it's so much more expensive. Costi, thanks for the follow. And it's a little bitty reel. I mean, you wouldn't expect a huge line capacity, right? Nothing. I'm not sure if this spot ever dries up either, at least during this event. It seems so consistent. But I have used, for trolling purposes, I've used this Sal 5000 a good bit. I can't remember. I mean, it's a really good drag. I mean, so for 8,000, you're getting 18.2 max drag. I don't know, like, kind of where that fits in. But it's been great. I mean, I don't think, like, if I'm at Tunguska, I don't use it. But I would use it at Volkov. I have used it at Volkov. That's a great question. I don't spend as much time thinking about the low end ones. All right, the 800. All right, so it goes up to 9, so it's similar to Pulsar, similar to Saber 60. It's 4,000, so it's probably less line on the spool. How much are you saving? I'm guessing the downside of this is less line, right? But I mean, you've got 9 kilo power. It should be good for breaming or even trolling Corey. You know, when you first get there, you could make that work. Merry Christmas to you, Bub Tub. Thank you. What is the savings? Because like I said, the only thing, I do like the Saber 60. Well, let's see. At 36, it's 136. 36, 136. This doesn't have the direct comparison. This is, let's see, at 0.26. So this at 0.28 is 207. 0.26 is 154. So it's a good bit smaller spool. I mean, it's a 6,000 reel or a 4,000 reel versus a 6,000. 400 cheaper. I think if that's the level that I was at, I think I would do it. I would at least try one, because most of what you're going to use a Saber 60 for, the spool size is not that big a deal. Is it occasionally? Yes, but if you're using it for what that power rating is meant for, then you probably will be fine. And especially for something like Bream or for trolling, having an undersized trolling setup for Corey. You're chasing fish down in the boat anyway, so. Yeah, speed evidence, that's not too big a deal. Typically you're catching fish that aren't that far away from you anyway, so yeah, I think I would try it. It's 4-star. Seems pretty solid. Oh, for sure, no harm in trying. Absolutely. Especially when you're talking about that amount of silver. Are there any more like low-end reels to consider? That's a 2,000. Oh, that's an interesting little ultralight. If you want to do an ultralight spinning setup. Again, I don't have the comparisons in front of me, so I'm not sure, but it's cool that they offer that. So this is a 2,000 reel. Wow, that's ugly. 5.5. That doesn't seem like as good a deal. Unless you're just trying to build a light setup early on for some reason. That seems like a lot of power for 5,000. Is that a good deal? Is that not comparable to the HSV other than spool size? Again, a lot of these Christmas reels, it seems like the thing that you're losing is spool size. But when you push up to the more powerful stuff, if you're talking about carp fishing, spool size matters a ton. Much better ultralight bait casting reels for that same price. Okay, good. It's good to know. Yeah, like I said, I didn't have the comparisons in front of me in terms of prices, but it's cool that that's in there. The Overlord has one of the biggest spools in the game. Yeah, other than, like, I think the Megara is a little bit larger. We could look at that really quick. I might be wrong. All right, so at 42, we got 373. And 42. No, Overlord wins by 9 meters. You know that's a big spool because the Megara is known for having one of the bigger spools. You have the Bestia. I like the Bestias. I don't think I've done the ultralight, but a better Megara for 5K cheaper. That's pretty cool. I mean, I like the Megaras a lot, so that's a good recommendation. I mean, if we didn't potentially have new content coming out soon, I would be a lot more likely to get it and have a backup nice big carp reel, but I just don't think this is the time to spend silver. Full Metal 60. Yeah, I agree. That's what I was just looking at, right? The price for the amount of power you're getting, it is just for like this much power, it's a really small spool. But for trolling, I mean, getting that much power in a trolling reel for that little silver seems like crazy. I wouldn't use it for carp, but if you're really into trolling and wanted an affordable way to like ease into Tunguska or, you know, certainly Volkov, this would be more than enough for Volkov. Seems like a good deal to me. It's just a little limited in what you can use it for. But, I mean, I use bait casting. You know, you can't use bait casters for carp, so if you wanted to stay with spinning reels, I guess. It could be a dedicated trolling. Yeah, SLC. Yeah, that's a good point. More versatile. Mr. Thompson says no, I guess. That's a good question. Does anybody use Cyberlino setup at Archie? I don't think I ever have done that at Archie. Of course, I've done it at Tunguska and Yama, but not at Archie. Oh, Sleepy Joe. Was that you? Is that you, Hot Take? Nice. Congrats on your water body record. Okay, I'm starting to miss a lot of fish all of a sudden. More than usual, at least. I think I'm just maybe less patient. I'm pulling the bites too quick all of a sudden. Okay. Well, that's a bite. I don't care if it's still there or not. That was definitely a bite. All right. All right, let's do it. Let's open our presents and call it a day. So like I said, tomorrow we'll try to maybe we'll do some carp fishing tomorrow if there's looks like there's a good spot or something. I don't know. I've still got one present to figure out. I don't know if we'll start with that or if I'll do that off stream or if I'll just forget about it. But we'll see. We'll probably get it at some point. We still have a long time left till the event's over. So let's take a look at these presents, and then I will wrap it up for today. And hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. Get another stream in tomorrow. But thank y'all for being here today. So we only have 3 gift bags for today. We'll do the premium last. So let's take a look at the green ones. These should be fairly basic ones, right? All right, so there's New Year's box with bells. And, oh, welcome to in-game chat. And an Angara box. How many of those have I gotten